Hello, my loves, and welcome to my podcast. Welcome to this week's episode. I've got two episodes actually for you guys today. So I have a solo and then like this one with my life updates, me talking about my shit, me rambling on and on. And then I've also got a guest episode with one of my friends, Evelyn. We talk all things juicy. I know y'all want to hear that, like no contact. We talk about both of our experience with. Ooh, I am kind of teasing what I'm about to say here a little bit. So let me just hold on. Let me just hold off for a second right there. For those of you who are new to this podcast, are like, what is this podcast about? Why is she talking about lightning bolts? I am coming on here to like not talk about just my life, but also specifically female related topics, female related issues, things that just need to be talked about. Obviously, this can be applied to men as well, but really toning into how we use our feminine energy to be the best versions of ourselves. I definitely want to help you guys with those things that we specifically experience, those of you who identify as females, and just all of that stuff. I want you to be a lightning bolt. I want you to be bold. I want you to be powerful. Really step into your power, reclaim that because you are strong, you have a spark, and you deserve to fucking ignite it. So let's go be a fucking lightning bolt. And that's why I named my podcast that. I also have like a thing for lightning bolts. I have my brand for fitness apparel for women lifters because we're built different and not many fitness apparel brands out there that are like for the girls. And if they are, it's like a different niche, not really like the lifter muscle mommy type, and more so like the Pilates, which you'll see in like Lululemon, or like yoga, which you'll see in like the Fabletics. And I wanted to kind of bridge the gap of like where's the cool pump cubs that are inspiring, but also like the shorts for the girls, like literally listening to what you guys want and the same kind of messaging with the bolts there. Enough of that self promo. I know a lot of you guys are returning, so thank you again. Hi girlies, what's up? I know it's been a minute, but I swear, I am back. I am back and I'm better than ever. I know I took a little bit of a hiatus with my podcast, but I promise you I am back on my bullshit. I'm back with content creation, which I'm gonna get back into and later in the episode talking more about that. So I know it's been a minute. We're gonna talk, we're gonna chat it up, talk a little bit about my life, what's been happening. So if you guys are not following me, my socials are Ria Patag, RIAPATAG, both on Instagram and TikTok, also in the description if you like don't want to type that out and you're just like, I just want to click a link. I'll leave those in the description as well. But if you're not following me, you like definitely should. If you are following me, you'll know that I kind of have been posting a little bit more content that is subliminally saying something. A lot of you guys could put context clues together that my content and what I say has kind of changed recently. And I think it's become pretty obvious to a lot of people, but this is my like official announcement that I am now single. I don't really want to share too much of the details at this point in my time publicly, but I will say that I love my ex-boyfriend. I always will, and he knows that. But we have both changed so much. We've met each other over a little bit over a year ago. So much happens in a year. I've changed so much in a year. He's changed so much in a year. We have different goals. We have different perspectives. We are young individuals in our 20 something. So much happens in those years, especially. And I feel like we both deserve to be happy. Even if it's not with each other. And so taking a step back, reflecting on the relationship, are we happy with each other? And it came to a point where I believed that it would be best if we went our separate ways and grew in separate directions. Still rooting for him. I'm sure he's still rooting for me, and that's that. But currently not in that relationship anymore. And why I mentioned the fact that I've been kind of public about it and kind of loud about it on my social medias is my content has always been around helping people, especially girls, because I really feel most empowered when I am stepping into my own power and I'm being that bitch, right? Like when I'm being that bitch and when people say, oh, you can't do that, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway. That is when I feel most empowered, and I just want to help other people, especially women, feel that same way too. And so I post content using my experience and just kind of helping you girls who are going through the same thing, focusing on your personal growth journey. But yeah, and it's been really popping the fuck off. Like I'm speaking my truth. I'm being authentic, honest about my experience. And I try my best not to shit talk him because again, like I love him. But I've learned so much from the relationship. I've learned so much about myself, what I want out of a relationship, and I'm still fucking learning, right? Like I'm on, that's literally what this phase of my life is about right now, is finding myself, figuring out what I want, figuring out who I want to be before I even figure out who I want to be with. The fuck? Like, so that's that announcement. I know everyone has been dying for. And I'm thinking like hot girl summer. Um, hold off on that one. We are doing a little healing girl summer. And I know hot girl summer has like different meanings, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like in the loop these days, but I think my version of hot girl summer isn't like building a roster. It's not talking and having a bunch of fucking hoes. Even though hosts come easy, love that song. I think my version of hot girl summer is truly finding myself, doing the things I want to do, enjoying this period of singleness. And I'm also in my celibacy era. I know that when it comes to sex and celibacy, we all have different beliefs around that. But for me at this point in my life, my mommy's calling me. Hello? Yes, but I'm filming a podcast. Yes, but she's sleeping. Okay, but I'm filming a podcast right now. Bye, love you. Sorry guys, my mommy had to call me. I'm on do not disturb, so I don't really know why that happened. Anyway, back to me talking about being celibate. Oh my gosh, well, like I hold on. It's like hot as fuck in my room because that's also really fucking loud. I don't know if like anyone else likes this, but I kind of like when podcasts are like uncut and you can hear like the bloopers. It's just like it's like we're on FaceTime call, you know? Like why would I edit all that stuff out? A, it's more work for me, and B, like it's kind of entertaining. I don't know. I might crop out like the part where I'm on the phone with my mom. Like I was really like on the phone with her. I'm like, can you please hang up? Like I'm literally on a podcast. Like to I told you I was like filming. Like, please stop interrupting me. Anyway, back to my point about celibacy. A lot of different reasons, but the main one is sex is something that is intimate to me personally. And again, like, do you if you disagree? This is just how I feel. I feel like sex is an act of love, at least for me personally. I want to practice sexual discipline, be able to have the self-control to say no, even though I want to. Like, do I really want to though? And will I regret it and like feel weird, like, or feel bad or shameful after? And that's not to say like you should feel shameful after sex, but I know if I did after like a random hookup, me personally, yes, I would feel shameful because I want to be celibate. And so I just want to practice sexual discipline, put that energy into myself. I'll be okay. You know, I won't die without dick. I mean, I might. I will be okay. So for personal reasons, I'm gonna be doing that for some time. I don't know like what's going to happen, but that is honestly the last thing that I'm concerned about right now. I've got so much shit like that I'm more concerned about, like my dreams, my goals, like my fitness, my business, like content creation. Like I don't even have the, I guess, time to find people, even if I wanted to, like a hookup or friends with benefits. I don't know. I know I'm hot and like I can pull, but like anyway, that's enough talk about celibacy. Anyway, what I'm planning on doing with my like alone time is, like I said, doing things alone. And this is stuff that I talked about in my episode with Evelyn. This should be up at the same time as my episode with her. So if you want to go check that out, me and her are just chit-chatting away. It's almost like a FaceTime call and you're like eavesdropping. We're just chit-chatting about our past relationships, red flags, green flags, how you should cope healthily after a relationship breakup. And so I want to like freaking do things alone. Not like he was holding me back in any sense, but it almost feels like more empowering knowing that like I don't have to wait on anyone, like practicing that whole like if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. So maybe like a solo trip. One of my friends, Nina, she actually, and that's my YouTube video if you guys want to see the vlog for that one, it's also going to be in the description, where she came out and visited me. But she was doing like a solo trip, literally like drove from Arizona to here like alone, hiked, did all the touristy stuff alone. And I'm just like, that sounds so fun. You can literally do whatever you want, pop an AirPod in your ear and like listen to a podcast, really like be present in the moment. Even like doing a solo date where like you're going out to eat alone. I don't know. It sounds so fucking fun. And I've been huge in the podcast Date Yourself Instead by Liz. I hugely recommend that one, like right after you listen to this one. But yeah, I just really want to do things alone, enjoy that, embrace my independence, find myself and who I am. So that way, when I'm ready, and it's not going to be for a while, so stay out of my DMs. When I am ready to get into the dating scene once again, that when I find my partner, it's more of a complementary fit because I know myself and I'm happy without my partner. And so that partner is just complementing my life and not like I feel like my happiness is surrounded by him. And again, by no means don't take this as a, oh, that's what was happening in her last relationship. I'm like, guys, I'm speaking in very vague terms to help you out. So like, don't jump to conclusions, please. But anyway, my advice for people thinking about leaving their relationship, because I was the one who pulled the plug. Granted, like I loved him just as much as he loved me, I'm sure. But sometimes one of us has to pull the plug if it's coming to that time. So if you're thinking about leaving or breaking it off in your relationship, my advice would be to trust your intuition. There have been so many times in my life where I was like gaslighting myself, and I'm literally like repeating what me and Evelyn said. Like that episode was so fucking good. Go listen to that one after this one. But you already in your heart know the answer. So don't like doubt yourself when you physically in your heart feel it. Like you don't need to always be logical if you know in your heart that something's wrong. You'll find out later why you were feeling the way you did, you know? Something my therapist told me that stuck with me was you can love someone, but you need to be able to love yourself more. So love is not the sacrifice of yourself, right? And I think love is different for everyone. It's a very, very strong feeling, and that's obviously something that I experienced. But at the end of the day, it's like you die alone. You are all you have at the end of the day. So you need to pick yourself and you need to love yourself more than you love that person. And I'm not talking in terms of like, oh, like Like, would you die for me, this, that, and the other? Like, you, if this resonates, it resonates. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. All right. So I'm gonna do a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram, like, the question box, ask me questions for my life update episode. And I'm gonna hit that like right now so that way I can like work my way into the episode. Because I love y'all. I'm gonna do it at the beginning of the episode and not the end. So let's see what y'all asked. So where is it? Okay. Maddie asked on Texas updates. So for those of you who don't know, I want to move to Austin, Texas. I am going to move to Austin, Texas. My hometown is Las Vegas. Just not really a fan of the city. Big fan of Austin. And so I wanted to go out there for my birthday, like as a birthday trip with my friends, with my girlies. I'm kind of going back and forth on whether or not I should do the trip or not, because I feel like the expenses I would use on the trip could be used towards moving out. Like I mentioned, I talked with Evelyn and she moved across the country, and I was like, damn bitch, like I want to do that too. And I feel like now, especially at this point in my life, such a transformative period of my life, it's like fuck it, like we have momentum right now, like full send. So I'm continuing to save, I'm continuing to plan, work out my finances, figure that out. I would love to do it sooner rather than later, and I'll be okay. Like I'll figure it out. I would love to do it soon. Right now, I don't have like a timeline in place, but I would love to do it by the end of this year. So we'll see. I'll update you guys on when it's gonna happen, because it's fucking happening. I would love to get a car. I don't know shit about cars. Like maybe a used car that's like still good. Pack all my shit, pack all my clothes, things I literally need to survive, and full send it, drive my ass to Texas. With all my savings, you know, I'll be okay. They always say 3-4 months worth of rent saved up. So I think once I have that, and once I have the minor details of transportation, like getting a new car, stuff like that, then it'll be more possible. But yeah, that's my update. It's definitely gonna fucking happen though. Like, don't get it twisted. It is happening, and it's happening soon. But again, I'm trusting the divine timing and also putting in the work to make that happen. The two other questions that I got were in regards to prep, which kind of like segues me into this next segment. So the first one is, when are you stepping on stage? I'm filming this on Thursday, May 18. I am 2 weeks and 2 days out. So when you hear this, if you're hearing this when I post it on that Saturday, I'm going to be 2 weeks out. My show is going to be June 3, 2023. It's going to be the Nevada State Championships. So fucking so excited. Yeah, that's when I'm stepping on stage. And depending on how it goes, might step on stage again this year. We'll see what happens. The second question is, how has prep treated you mental health wise and your relationship with food? Okay, I'm gonna explain briefly what prep is. So for those of you who don't know, bodybuilding, the sport of bodybuilding, I am competing in what's called the bikini division. And so they look for like a specific physique. And that's kind of what I'm training for, to go up against other girls, where they're comparing our symmetry, where they're comparing our posing, where they're comparing how I walk, this, that, and the other, my conditioning, you know, my frame, all of that. If I'm, you know, when you're so muscularly dense, but you don't have a lot of fat on your body, so you can just see the muscle against the skin. And so prep is what people in the bodybuilding world call the weeks leading up to that show date, where you're extreme dieting basically. And it's not like a cool, fun, quirky weight loss thing. It's extreme dieting that needs to be done under the supervision of a coach who knows what the fuck they're talking about. And also extreme training. It's not healthy to do all year round. It's not sustainable. It's an extreme sport, not like a weight loss program. But that's what I've been doing for the past however long. It's been a minute since I've had sugar. It's been a minute since I've had artificial sweetener that's not in my protein powder. It's been a minute since I've had sodium. I literally have sodium-free seasonings because sodium makes you retain water. And again, all of this is extremely extreme. So do not do this saying, oh, like she's skinny, I should do all the things that she's doing. Like, no, I'm under the supervision of a coach who tells me protocol against my specific body and what I need to do. So that's that for those of you who are unfamiliar. But mental health wise, let's see. It's not that bad, right? So I think thinking about and like indulging almost and how much it sucks and like telling myself this fucking sucks, like I hate this, like I'm constantly affirming that and makes it real. I don't want to purposely make my mental health worse, if that makes sense. Like, yes, it's okay to bitch like once in a while, but like, bro, don't sulk in your sadness. Like at the end of the day, I chose to do this. This is a privilege that I can even put myself in these circumstances in order to compete in a very expensive sport and voluntarily eat less than the normal person. You know, I think being able to do this, the fact that it's a choice, the fact that I'm choosing to challenge myself in this manner, I can't, at the end of the day, it's what I signed up for, right? And it does suck, right? Who the fuck wants to eat bland ass food every day? But it's what I've got to do. It's what I signed up for. The accomplishments at the end of the day will be worth it. So mental health hasn't been terrible. Like on a physiological standpoint, being 2 weeks out, I've been at this shit for a minute. So being only 2 weeks away from my show date, like shit gets real, like, and harder the more close you get to the date. It just gets more extreme. You have to be very on fucking point with your shit the closer you get to the show date, because like it's getting real. And so from a physiological standpoint, you have to understand that since it's so extreme, your body has these side effects. And so one of them is like being quick to like be angry because you're just fucking hungry, dude. Like you're a little bit more irritable, but that's understandable, right? Like I'm not eating that much. I'm a little bit more tired, but that is just from a physiological standpoint. Mentally, it's all in your head, right? So I'd rather choose to be strong throughout the process. My relationship with food, I'm not gonna lie, I have had cravings like no other. I did not think it was possible to have these types of cravings before. It's partly like the whole when someone tells you not to do something, you're gonna want to do it thing, but also just wanting to be like quote unquote normal. And in my off season, like for example, being able to put chocolate chips on my oats or having like a nibble of like my sister's whatever she's eating, or like I don't fucking know, an energy drink if I want one, like maybe a pizza once in a while, you know, like just like small things like that would make for a balanced life. But at the end of the day, like the food will always be there. The food will always be there. So I don't want to think so much of like life is going to be so good in my off season and I'm going to eat so fucking good. And I am, but I'm not putting so much emphasis on like, oh, I can't wait. And I can't, but at the same time, like that kind of leads into a restrict binge cycle. And I don't want that to happen. My coach doesn't have experience binge eating in the past. And so I trust him. I trust myself knowing that I'll follow protocol. I'll be honest when I do want to, you know, binge in my reverse and stuff like that. So I'm not too concerned in my relationship with food. I just know so much at this point about nutrition, about macros. And so it wasn't so much seeing food as bad. I'm just like, this is what I need to do to get to my goal on stage, if that makes sense. But my plans for the off season. So right after, I'm so fucking excited, guys. This is gonna be like, honestly, God aligned it in the stars to be perfect, because right after my show, my ass is going to Hawaii. And I say right after. So that Saturday is my show day. That Sunday I'm gonna be here. And bitch, you bet your balls I am eating good. I'm eating good that Sunday. I don't know, like, depends on how I feel. Like, because my body hasn't been digesting like dairy, hasn't even digested like sugar in a fucking minute, hasn't like digested alcohol. And so like, you don't want to go too overboard. I might, depends on how I feel. But that Sunday I'm gonna eat good, and then that Monday my ass is gonna be in Hawaii. I'm so excited. Just like, it's gonna be so nice, because for the last however long I've been so busy. I've been so not stressed, but like, go. And so this is gonna be such a nice, like, oh, like it was all worth it. Nice cool down. It depends how I feel after the show. If I want to continue bodybuilding, because I wasn't sure if it was like, oh, I'm going to do this as a career. I mostly, for my first one, I did the same thing with powerlifting too. For those of you who don't know, I used to powerlift, and I did my first meet. I was like, fuck it, like, we'll see if I have fun. If I have fun, I'll keep on doing it. If not, then I won't. So that's kind of the same mindset that I'm doing for this. I probably will want to continue bodybuilding, but I haven't stepped on stage yet. So I can't even make that like, oh yeah, I'm for sure going to do like this show. Like, I just want to have that experience and then talk to my coach from there. And then he understands that, depending on how I place, if I want to continue, if I do, I won't do shit. But in an alternate universe where I do shit, I won't. But he's gonna have me do like another show so that I can qualify that for the nationals. And then when I do place first, I'm going to go to nationals, which I believe is at the end of July. So I'm just gonna follow his protocol. Whatever the fuck he says, I will listen. So yeah. Right, like during my off season though, I definitely want to get back into my hobbies. I haven't been like doing those type of hobbies just because I didn't have that as much leisure time, and when I did, it would be like something small as like playing on my phone and stuff like that. So definitely want to get back into like the more productive, I guess, hobbies, like reading, cooking, like doing fun recipes, healthy ones as well. Going to like fun little cafes, like romanticizing my work. I work from home and I'm like an entrepreneur, so I have the ability to like work from my bed, which I've been doing a lot just because like my time constraints at the moment during prep. But I used to go to coffee shops and like make it this whole thing. It was so fucking fun. And I want to do that again. Like, and I can like try new cafes and just like enjoy the ambiance of them. That's like one of my favorite things to do, like support local businesses and really just try new things, like make a whole trip out of what I have to do anyway, which is like work. And it's like, if I need to pay $7 for an iced latte so that way I'm like can feel like I'm romanticizing my life and am more productive, then fuck it, like I'm gonna do it. Another thing I want to do for my off season, I'm doing it now, but definitely one of the things prep has taught me is that I was not working as fucking hard as I could have in the past. Like now I'm on top of my shit because I quite literally have no other choice. I am prioritizing certain things so that way, like, shit needs to get done, it's gonna get done. So I want to take Bolt content creation more seriously, literally give myself time constraints, give myself non-negotiables, so that way it's like I don't have a choice. I got to do the thing. Like I said, I would. One things I want to do is do a new design every month. I obviously want to give you guys podcasts and YouTube videos every month and post on Instagram, TikTok, like all the fucking time. Right. So again, if you want to see that, if you're entertained by me, if you're listening this far into it, I feel like you're entertained by me by now. So hit the whatever. No, it's fucking YouTube. Go to the description and go follow me on all that shit, because I be out here posting content for you guys, for y'all, helping y'all. And then one of the things that I learned from Leo, I think it's his last name, Skeppy, his podcast Aware and Aggravated, he literally said, like, you need to separate yourself from your business or your career or like whatever your goals are. Like, what the fuck happens in your personal life? And that's why I took hiatuses from here and hiatuses from YouTube. It's like, whatever the fuck is happening in your life, just because you're sad doesn't mean you can't get shit done. You need to separate yourself from your personal life sometimes and treat your business or treat your career, even if like content creation or whatever the fuck you want it to be isn't your full-time job yet, you need to treat it like it is, or else it'll never become one. You know what I mean? So separate yourself, act like you're working for like a company, and it's like, if you don't get your shit done, you'll literally get fired, you know? Like, for example, if I'm sad, I still have to come into work. If I don't come into work, they'll fire me. So the same thing goes for like my business, same thing goes good for my content creation. I want that to be my full-time career. So if I'm not treating it like my full-time career, and if I'm treating it like this fun little hobby I do, and I'm not treating it like, even when I'm sad, even when I have shit going on in my life, I still have to fucking show up for myself and separate my personal life from my goals. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Enough talk about prep, enough talk about off season. I want to talk about fun, girly summer stuff. So I want to talk about my summer favorites, my summer must-haves, I guess. So for like the fashion beauty aspect, big romper fan. Big romper fan. I love rompers. I'm so glad they're becoming like back in style. I love the Princess Polly Love Galore romper. It's super cute. I got one, like a dupe from Shein in white. And it's actually coming in today. So I'll let you guys know how it comes out. But it looked like pretty similar to the Princess Polly one. Again, with like all of these, literally go on either Shein or Depop. Like, you can, if you're baddie on a budget, if you see something cute, find it on Depop, and I'm sure someone will like be selling it for like slightly less, just because like you're not buying it straight from the site. Or Shein usually has dupes for everything, literally everything. Might not be as good quality, but if shit's cute and decent quality, go off. So yeah, big romper fan. Also big sundress fan. I feel like rompers are a little bit more comfortable if you don't want to like wear a dress, but big sundress fan. I get my sundresses from Target, Wild Fable, shout out. I have this cute white one and also this cute floral one, and they're like 20-30 bucks for a cute little flowy sundress. And you can feel so feminine and soft and cute and girly this summer. Oh my fucking god, I love. This is my next one is purple. I know it's kind of random, but I just dyed my hair to black. I literally have always been going blonde, and now that it's black, it's like, bitch, why didn't you just keep your natural hair? Like, it looks so fucking good. And I think the purple on me, like on my melanated ladies, I think it looks so good. Like, I got a lilac swimsuit, and it's like a cute little tie-up one from Shein, so cute. But yeah, I don't know why I'm just like having a purple moment right now. I think it like also goes with like the black. You could be like wearing like black shorts. You could be wearing, I don't know. Purple is just a vibe, okay? The next one on my fashion beauty is eyebrows, lashes, lip gloss. That is all you need. Or maybe like a little bit concealer or like a good skincare routine, but like my skin's low-key clear because I'm living my best life. So eyebrows, I use Morphe Dip Brow. I'm a slut for Morphe Dip Brow. I used to use Anastasia, which is more expensive, and the Morphe one goes on clear, like smoother, and it's cheaper. So eyebrows, I always have my eyebrows done. I like can't not have my eyebrows done now. That's my toxic trait. Not really toxic, like. And then lashes, I get eyelash extensions, I get volumes, and I ask for spikies or wispy look. That's just me personally. That's what I found looks best on like my eye. That's what I like the most. But it's really up to you. I love lash extensions though. because it's just like you wake up and you're already a fucking baddie. Like, even if you don't even brush, like you don't even like do anything, you put your hair up, you don't even brush your hair, like you just put your fucking hair in like a ponytail, you have lashes, like bitch, you look good, you know what I mean? And then also lip gloss. I have this elf like brown sugar lip scrub, and that's just like real quick, like exfoliates your lips. So if they're crusty, musty, dusty, put those on. And then I have like the peach lange. I don't know what it's called. Lange. I don't know. It's some shit that I bought from Sephora. And the peach one, really good. Love, 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 love. Lip gloss, like, bitch, tell me you don't look fine as fuck with eyebrows, lashes, lip gloss, and it's like doesn't feel heavy for the summer. I don't know. I love it. I've also been like digging the whole fake freckles thing. So I bought henna from Amazon, like a big ass tube for like 10, maybe $15 from Amazon. And I put that shit on my face and just let it sit there for like 2-3 hours. And then you just scrape it off. Don't wash it off. Don't wash it off. Don't wash it off. Scrape it off and start with 2 hours and then work your way to 3. And it's like, you don't know if you want to have it that dark. So I wouldn't do overnight the first time, but just scrape it off after 2 hours and it'll stain. It'll get darker as like it'll get darker over time. But I think it's so cute. I love, it doesn't last that long, but like, that's what's perfect. It's like, even if you fucking hate it, like put some concealer over it and then it only stains your skin for like a couple days. Like you will be fine. My next summer must have, I want to start getting back into jewelry. I've never been like a jewelry girly. I don't know why, but now that I'm starting to get into fashion, I'm like, hey, like I actually want to look cute and not like all my clothes are from high school. I want to like accessorize and like spice up my ward, like my looks, you know, like what's a good fit, and then like you add a shoulder bag or you add some sunnies or you add a necklace, like you bet you look so put together. So I want to start getting back into jewelry. I think my biggest thing is like I would forget, you know, like I would buy jewelry and I would like forget I own it, but I feel like it really just pulls a look together. Just accessories in general. I'm big shoulder bag girly. Starting to get into the sunnies, like even if you don't put it on your face, because I thought sunnies would look weird on my face, but even if you just like do the whole like put it on your head thing, so cute, so cute. My next one is cowgirl boots. Now I don't have mine yet, but I feel like they're so cute. And I want to go to Stoney's, which is like a local country bar here. I want to go there and like go in my cowgirl boots, go in my rompers and like dance and have a dandy old time. It sounds so fun. I got a pair of white ones from Shein. I know that on Princess Polly, there's like a pair that like goes for like 70-80. And I was like, do I want to do that for cowgirl boots when I like only will wear them like once in a while? So like the bar is once in a while. So I got a pair from like Shein. I think they're like 20. I don't know. Around there, like definitely cheaper than the Princess Polly ones. Obviously when you go on like Shein or Amazon, read the fucking reviews. Like I feel like that goes without saying, but just read the reviews. Like thank me later. But yeah, I'm so excited to get my cowgirly boots. I got them in white. You can even wear them with like shorts and like a tube top or a crop top. Like that in itself can elevate an outfit, you know? Love, 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 love. I feel like it's in right now. Speaking of country boots, cowgirl boots, I'm into country music right now. I know y'all think it's cool to hate on country music, but have you heard of the man Morgan Wallen? His songs low-key slap. They low-key be hitting. I love Morgan Wallen. Right now I like his song Heartless. I like his song One Thing at a Time. Broadway Girls. Last Night is like a huge one on TikTok right now. But I don't know. I've just been digging it. I don't know. Something about it being summer, like thinking about Texas. I just fucking love. I'm into it right now. All right. I want to dance to it. And it makes me want to dance, you know? Like it makes me want to two-step. God forbid. My sister put me on because again, not in the loop with the kids these days. My younger sister put me on to this app Airbuds, and you basically like add your friends and you can see what songs you're listening to. And I'm that bitch. I was like listening to the same songs because I was like, I don't know new music, and all the new music I do find is ass. So I was like, what do I listen to besides the same songs that I've been listening to for the past like year? So Airbuds like shows you what your friends are listening to at that moment. So it's kind of like they're putting you on almost, like you can listen to it and just like click the button and listen to it. So that's a cool way to like find new music, see what your friends are listening to, like expand your horizons. I'm also a huge podcast girly right now. I don't know why. Like I was huge into books and then I kind of transferred over to podcasts. I just love podcasts because like when I'm driving, music doesn't really hit the same anymore. I want to learn or be entertained or like eavesdrop on a conversation. And this is like so fun because you can listen to like literally anything you want. It's like, you want to listen to true crime? Okay, cool. There's a podcast for that. You want to learn? Okay, cool. There's a podcast for that. You want to hear about neuroscience? Okay, cool. There's a podcast for that. You want to hear about some 20-something-year-old rant about her life? Cool. There's a podcast for that. So I just love podcasts, and it's like I feel like an informational sponge. I feel like I'm benefiting myself when I listen to podcasts instead of like songs about killing people and drugs, like I listen to a podcast sometimes for my cardio. You can listen to a podcast while working or doing errands, chores. The same thing, right? You're romanticizing that simple act of folding your clothes or doing laundry or washing the dishes or taking a shower. Like you're romanticizing that and playing your fun little podcast. It's fun. Another thing that I like right now is to-do lists. So like you're probably listening like, what the fuck? How did like what? Duh. But my ass was never a planner girly in school. I love, 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 love. Now I love using Notion. I set it up so that way it's like Sunday, Monday, X and Y and Z, like the days of the week. And then I can move like the little tasks to be on the done side. And it's great because it's a website, but it's also an app. And you can put like a little widget there so that way you can open it and then have all your tasks in one place. It's so awesome. It's so great. I also recently got a virtual assistant. I was like so resistant to having any sort of outsourcing or any sort of help. But I think if I want to think longer picture, where I want to be in my business, I want to grow it and I want it to be a very established brand, and I need to get better at learning how to manage people, telling them right from wrong, kind of guiding them in the right direction. And it's been great too because I'm forced to come up with like, hey, this is what needs to get done this day. I think for a long time I was like stuck in analysis paralysis where I was like, I don't know what to do. And just come up with like the biggest 3 priorities for that day that help you get towards your goal. You have to think like, if you want to fucking hit your goals, you can't be like, I have these goals, but like you need it. You can't just expect them to fall out of the sky. You have to come up with a date, and then you have to come up with plans for every day you're walking towards that goal. So having a virtual assistant, it's great. Highly recommend. I'm using Bruntwork for those of you who are interested or like looking into it. And another thing, talking about my finances, going back to like when I mentioned Austin earlier. So this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to save less for my paycheck. I found myself putting a lot of my paycheck into my savings account. And then towards the end of the 2 weeks, I would be sending myself money from my savings account to my checking account. And I feel like that just kind of muddled the lines of like, how much am I actually saving? So I kind of want to put less into my savings when I get my paycheck, so that way it's more consistent and I actually like am tracking it more rather than just like I'm gonna send myself back the money. It just gets a little confusing. I'm also using the Mint app to kind of track my finances, let me know like where I'm spending, where I could be spending a little less. And I also save all my cash and save all my change. I know people like don't like saving change. It's a personal thing. I personally save my change because bitch, I went to the bank today. I went to the credit union and I had like this giant ass bag and they're probably like, oh, not like this, fuck this bitch. I was saving I gave them my change, which I was like, sure, it was all pennies, $30, bitch. $30 worth. And I know like you're just like, you're doing all that for $30, but it's also just like, it's not that much effort, at least to me, just to like put it in a bag when I get home. I don't know. I don't think it's that deep, but I save my cash, I save my change, especially if you're a server or like in a job where you make tips, bitch, save your cash. That shit adds up quick. And all you can do is like take it to the bank whenever you're ready to deposit it. It's easier to save because you're not touching it. You don't carry a big wad of cash when you go out, you just carry your card. So yeah. But that's it for today's video and or podcast. I guess it's going to be on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please comment, please subscribe, whatever the fuck platform you're on, please support, because I want to help as many people as possible, and it would not be without you guys that I can do what I love doing. Thank you so much for listening. From the bottom of my heart, I can't believe I get to do this where I speak and y'all actually fuck with me and y'all want to listen, and I can resonate with you guys on some sort of level. So please just like rate it. Let me know what you think. DM me. Again, all that shit's in the description. You already know where to go. Let me know what topics I should cover. I love y'all. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Please do not forget to be bold. Do you step out of your comfort zone? Growth over comfort for life, baby. Let's fucking go. I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you like this episode, do remember that I have another episode coming out today with my love, Evelyn. We talk about all the juicy stuff. So if you like this one and you want more of me for whatever reason, go ahead and go listen to that one next. I love you all once again. And I'm back for real this time. So follow the podcast, follow my podcast on Instagram, on TikTok. Y'all already know because I'm going to be on my shit and I'm going to be posting entertaining shit every week. I love y'all. Goodbye.